Pursuing a woman is a delicate art, one that requires finesse, respect, and a deep understanding of human psychology. While showing interest and pursuing someone is an essential part of dating and forming romantic connections, there is a fine line between healthy pursuit and crossing into the territory of being overly persistent. Pursuing a woman too much can often lead to rejection, and this rejection can be attributed to a variety of factors, including discomfort, pressure, and a lack of genuine connection. First and foremost, it's crucial to recognize that every individual is unique, and their preferences and comfort levels vary greatly. What might be perceived as too much pursuit by one person might be completely acceptable to another. It's also important to remember that men and women are equally capable of pursuing someone, and the dynamics of a relationship should be based on mutual interest and consent, irrespective of gender. With that in mind, let's delve into why an excessive pursuit can lead to rejection. The feeling of being overwhelmed is one of the primary reasons excessive pursuit can result in rejection. When someone is constantly bombarded with messages, calls, or attention from a suitor, it can become suffocating and emotionally draining. The sense of being overwhelmed can make a person feel like they have no breathing room or personal space, and this can lead to discomfort and anxiety. In such a scenario, the individual may reject the pursuer in an attempt to regain their own emotional well-being and autonomy. Moreover, too much pursuit can create a sense of pressure. When someone feels as if they are under constant observation or that their every move is being monitored, it can induce stress and anxiety. This pressure is often rooted in the fear of not living up to the expectations of the person doing the pursuing. They may feel compelled to respond to messages immediately or to engage in activities they might not genuinely want to. As a result, the pressure created by excessive pursuit can push the pursued individual to reject the pursuer as a means of alleviating this pressure and regaining control over their own life. The lack of personal space and autonomy is closely linked to the feeling of being smothered. No one wants to feel like they are losing their independence or that they are unable to pursue their own interests and relationships outside of the one being pursued. In a healthy relationship, it's important to maintain a balance between time spent together and time spent apart, nurturing personal growth and independence. When one person's pursuit becomes too intense, it can lead to the perception that this balance is being disrupted. In response, the pursued individual may reject the pursuer to regain their personal space and freedom. In many cases, excessive pursuit can also be indicative of a lack of emotional intelligence. A person who is overly persistent may not be attuned to the emotions and boundaries of the person they are pursuing. This lack of emotional intelligence can lead to misinterpretations, misunderstandings, and discomfort. For example, if someone is constantly pushing for more intimacy, physical contact, or emotional disclosure, it can make the pursued individual feel uncomfortable or even unsafe. In such situations, the individual may reject the pursuer as a means of protecting themselves from further emotional distress. One of the most critical elements in any romantic pursuit is the development of a genuine connection. When pursuit becomes too intense or one-sided, it can hinder the natural development of a deep and meaningful connection. In a healthy relationship, both individuals should have the opportunity to get to know each other at a pace that is comfortable for both parties. Excessive pursuit can rush this process, making it difficult for a true connection to form. In such cases, the individual being pursued may reject the pursuer because they feel that the relationship is not built on a foundation of genuine understanding and connection. Furthermore, the rejection in response to excessive pursuit may be a form of self-protection. When someone feels that their boundaries are not being respected or that they are being objectified or manipulated, they may choose to reject the pursuer as a way to protect themselves from potential harm. This rejection can serve as a means of setting clear boundaries and sending a message that their autonomy and well-being are of utmost importance. In some instances, excessive pursuit can also be indicative of underlying issues such as insecurity or a lack of self-esteem on the part of the pursuer. When one person relies too heavily on another for their own happiness and self-worth, it can create an imbalanced dynamic. This imbalance can be off-putting and lead to rejection, A healthy relationship should be based on mutual self-assuredness and self-worth, not on one person's need to constantly seek validation from the other. While pursuing someone is an essential aspect of dating and forming romantic connections, it's crucial to strike a balance between showing interest and respecting the boundaries and comfort levels of the person you are pursuing. Pursuing a woman too much can lead to rejection due to a variety of factors, including the feeling of being overwhelmed, pressure, a lack of personal space and autonomy, a lack of emotional intelligence, hindrance to the development of a genuine connection, and the need for self-protection. Understanding the fine line between healthy pursuit and excessive pursuit is key to building strong and mutually fulfilling relationships.